Hi, my name is Charlotte Carroll, and this is my video editing assignment project or video editing assignment blog for Project 3, which was the photo story. And for my photo story, I decided to do it on Illinois night, which was put on by the Illinois volleyball team. But instead of focusing on the actual playing, which would have been impossible because I cannot shoot sports pictures for my life, I decided to do it on the fan section, which is called Spike Squad, and furthermore focused on Spike Squad President Cameron Jones, who was really helpful throughout the assignment when I went to interview him for the story. So for my goal statement, I really wanted to work on taking good photos that captured emotion and captured the action as well in a game, because I actually cover sports for the Daily Illini, so I do love the aspect of not only talking to the athletes and coaches, but to me, I grew up a fan of certain sports, so it's really fun to look at sports from a fan side and a fan perspective, and I think it's important to kind of look at that as well, especially when you look at the amount of effort that the president of Spike Squad, who's in charge of the Illinois volleyball student section called Spike Squad, puts in. So I wanted to focus on that. And I took so many photos throughout the night, but I think I captured some really cool ones as well. So for my first photo, I chose a newspaper picture. The Spike Squad, as part of their tradition, uses newspapers as a method of like tearing them up when the other team is being announced. And so it was really cool. I captured the President Cameron Jones behind his newspaper, and you only see his eyes in the photo, which I thought was really cool. Kind of just like not only an element of isolation from his part, but just how many people are around, and it was really cool. I enjoyed that. Was probably one of my favorite photos I took. And I opened the project as well because it kind of set the scene of the game. My next shot is an overall crowd shot, just to kind of show how many people were there and just what a role the Spike Squad plays in kind of amping up that crowd, because you can kind of see in there that they're really the energetic ones out of the bunch. My next shot is Jones yelling during Illinois night. So Illinois night is the promotion that the Illinois Athletic Department put on in order to break a noise record at Huff Hall, because Huff Hall is one of the craziest energetic volleyball venues in the country, well renowned across the country by volleyball fans, by teams, and it really provides a crazy atmosphere for volleyball players and for just volleyball games. So Spike Squad plays a crucial role in that, and that's why I decided to do the event first and foremost and then focus on Spike Squad, because I mean it's an event for the fans just to show what a role they could play in determining a volleyball game. And throughout the game you could really see, granted this shot was taken during when they were actually posing the noise, so not necessarily, but they asked the crowd to be loud. So Cameron was just being loud and crazy with the rest of the crowd, and I was able to capture that. Then the next shot is Jones leading this yelling crowd. I think it was in the third set. But it's crazy to see how much an impact the noise gets when when the Illinois team does something good, the crowd goes wild, and it's insane to see that and capture that as well on camera, because you can see the differences in terms of when they're losing versus when they're winning. It was really cool. My next shot was a detailed hand clap, so I thought that was kind of cool. It gave it a little bit more close up and looked at the idea of close-up shot. I then have a really cool shot or in my opinion it's really cool, of Jones. He's the only one really looking at the scoreboard, so he's looking the opposite direction of almost everyone else in the crowd. So kind of, again, that little element of isolation and importance if he knows what he's doing versus everyone else in the crowd is just there for Spike Squad. So I enjoyed that. Then I have a shot of Jones from the behind, so you can't see his face, but it's with his hands on his bandana and on his head in frustration after the team is kind of losing a little bit in the last set, so they're close to losing. And I think it's cool because I saw him earlier in the game. He threw his bandana, actually. He was so frustrated at some of his fellow Spike Squad members because they were cheering at the wrong time. So I captured that in some of my other images, but they didn't turn out as well, and they didn't go with the story format. But this was cool because it shows just his bandana and his attachment to that kind of happens when he's a little frustrated, when he's in the game really well. And then my final image was kind of framed by the security guard, and showed Jones and a couple other Spike Squad members just in kind of frustration after Illinois had lost. But after talking with him, he seemed he was frustrated, but he was also happy that he was there, and he loves his role. So, I mean, it's a loss, but for him, there's always tomorrow in the next game. But it's the atmosphere that he loves creating. It's not the ending total that really matters for him. So, yeah, overall, I really liked the pictures I took. I took so many. I think I had like 500 photos just from the game alone because I was taking so many, and a lot of them turned out really bad, but some of them turned out good. I walked around the game. I took a few of the actual game. Excuse me. But overall, I captured the fans and looked probably crazy instead of actually taking pictures of the game, but I had fun taking pictures of the fans and doing a little bit different stuff from what I normally do in terms of sports coverage. So, yeah.